using my finger. Now look. Oh yeah. Much pinker and much more of the sparkle showing up. And I'm going to bring it up into the matte color. And oh, it ran over into the second video. I hope I still have audio, y'all. I do not know. I think my microphone's fixing to go out. It needs a new battery. So that's the look I was going for, is putting the shimmer on the lid, the matte of the darker color, it's actually darker, in the crease. And then we're just going to kind of blend that up a little bit to kind of make the transition into the crease. And it's just a different look. So again, this is another look for this palette. I just think this is a great palette, y'all. You can do pinks, you can do peaches, you can do rust. There's not a rust in here, but you can blend the colors to where you get a rust out of this palette, and then you've got lots of neutrals to work with. And I'm just using my finger. I feel like that's the best thing you can use to get a shimmer on the lid. And then you go right above it where you had the crease and pull down that crease color. And what that's doing is it's blending the shimmer into the crease. See? Okay, so now I'm going to wipe my finger off on my trusty makeup towel. And now I want to do a dark color on the line below and above. And so I'm not going to be using this brush anymore. I'm going to be using one of my short shaders. I'm going to wet it with my spit because it's just mine. And I'm going to go into the darkest color, Privacy, right here, the one on the very end. And I'm going to do that a few times, and then I'm going to lead off with the one next to it, Junk Dial, to have the shimmer, which will come off first. And I'm going to do on the inside first. Normally I come from the outside in, like that, but I did the inside out on purpose because that took that shimmery part off, and it's right there. Here's the dark look, going back. It has a bit of a cherryness to this chocolate yellow, I will tell you that. And I'm literally just stamping this with the lash line. Do you see? It just makes the lash line a little more pronounced. That's the difference. So a few of this, and then without tapping off, I'm going to go into the one next to it, so that now the shimmer part up is going to be right where I put it down, because it was on the top. And as it rubs off, it's going down to what was underneath, which was not shimmer. So you have the shimmer right at the tear duct level. And again, I'm going to stamp this off into the lashes. It just kind of darkens them, and it gives you almost like a little brown liner. I am also, I'm not going to use this. I thought this has too much red in it to use through my brow, so I'm not going to use it for my brow. We'll move that. And I'm just going to use a brow liner. So what am I going to use? What am I going to use? I don't know. What is this? Is that for brows? Brows. This is Maybelline's Brow Define and Fill. Oh, this screws off. Oh, I know what this is. Okay. This is one that has a little poochy sponge. But I think this is a little too blondie for my color, y'all. Just kind of fills in the color. It's okay. I think it's just too light for me. See, it feels like it didn't make a whole lot of difference just then. And this is just to fill through the hairs so that they don't look so thinned out. And then you're going to actually use the brow liner. I don't know where this color comes from. I don't think it comes from inside the pen. I think it comes from inside the lid. Yeah. I don't feel like it did that much. I guess, I don't know, it kind of did. There we go. Is that going up enough? I can't tell. Alright. Then we're going to go to the other end and use the actual crayon. And I feel like this isn't dark enough. Anyway, go under the brow first to get your little line defined, and also to get the little tip end. And then go straight up from that and come back down. And that's your line right there. And then just backfill. Go in front of it. Little lines down. Front down. Front down. And then you can just kind of fill in the line itself. I don't feel like I did a very good job on that. Oh, look how much higher it is. It's okay. So I'm going to fill this in. Come up to where that line is, straight up, right there, and come down. Then go in front of that and come down. In front of that and come down. And if you'll see, it does end up building this one higher. It's because this brow for me is naturally lower. That's why it never looks quite right. Then you just fill it in. And I feel like that didn't do good over here. Do y'all? I don't know if y'all can hear that. Somebody's grinding a tree down. I feel a little of this color in here. I feel like it came up a little too high with that pink too. I don't really like what I did there. And I feel like this made my eyebrows too dark now. So what do you do if they're too dark? First of all, use your blending brush and blend out that color. It's too dark. There you go. And you're just kind of blending that out and rub it off on your towel because now that's all over that, and you'll just keep blending that color in. You do kind of clean it off. And I'm just blending that down a little bit. Okay, yeah, that did calm that down a little bit. That was too pink in the front. Especially with this. This color to me looks more peach than pink, you know, especially putting it next to this color. It really does, y'all. I think that does. I think that has more pink in it. I'm going to put right in the center, that purpley color again, and see if it helps. It's just too peachy looking. I think that does have a little bit more of a purpley red color. There we go. There we go. Okay. So again, to calm the brow down, take a spoolie brush and just comb through it. And what that does, it knocks some of the color out. See that? It just kind of, it's not so pronounced now. See how that one's not as pronounced as that one? That's because you're getting rid of some of the color. When you comb it through, it also evens it out. But it takes some of the color off, and that does help. There's no way to really clean off a spoolie that I know of except to do like that to it. And it gets all over your hand. So we have our little makeup towel and we wipe our fingertips off. And that's it. So I have done with this. One thing that I would say about it is these colors that have a little bit of a peachy shimmer to them are very peachy in person. Like that. And that. And certainly these and that. So the ones that are truly cherry colored really is just these two right here. That's it. These are your neutrals, these two, and that, and this one. That's it. But that's a lot of looks in one palette. The other thing I would say is this looks like you could be very kind of washed out with this because it's red. It's peachy pink. I mean, it's pink toned. So I'm going to add a little more blush on the upper part that's pink toned. And on the bridge of the nose, a little bronzy under because I blew my nose and got all that off. And then again, blend it down. There we go. And that is using the Sigma Blush Cheek Palette, which I love. This has been a great palette, y'all. I highly recommend this. I've shown this in several, certainly in a haul, and then also I just ought to do a Sigma, and they should definitely hire me as an associate because they're like all I talk about. Did I blend that off good enough? We'll see. Okay, so now I am going to use, actually instead of my DHC, which is my favorite liner, y'all know, the DHC Liquid Eyeliner EX, I am going to use my Tarte one. And the reason is, the reason is, this is not, it's not hairs, it's an actual pen, and so it'll be a little thicker. But because of this color being so bold, I want it thicker. So I actually am doing this on purpose to be thick. And in doing this, I just noticed that it's not blended out very well. So I'm going to still have to blend it. Little dashes, y'all. Little dashes. what makes this work. And then backfill. That does a little better. See there, it's not blended there. I have to let that dry. Same thing over here. See, that's not blended out good. I did pretty good. Connecting it down here. Then I almost lay it flat like that on the lid because it's not a brush. It doesn't have any give to it. So you almost have to lay it flat to get it right down to the lash, which is what you want to do with liner. You want to get it right down to the lash. And also I didn't get that very straight. Yeah, gotta even that up. At least now it's not straight on both sides. Okay, also the inner liner. I feel like I'm so white. I put on a lot of makeup. I think because my eyes are so dramatic. This is also touted as waterproof gel, so it's easy to apply. Stays on pretty good. And it's very matte black. So there's the difference with liner on the lower waterline and not. You don't have to do this. Some people would say that encloses your eye and makes your eyes look smaller. I just think it really makes the colors look more polished, and I just think it is a more finished look. And so even if it is making my eyes look smaller, then I'll just have to have smaller looking eyes because I like the look.